Hey guys, JSimLady here. Today we are doing another Sims 4 speed build, or rather speed decorate. I am working on one of the Brightchester? No. What is this called? Is Brightchester the town, or is that the college? I can never remember. I barely play Discover University, like hardly ever. And I don't plan on playing it right now either. I am actually doing this for our Gen 2, I guess we're gonna call it. Gen 2 heir, heirs brother of the long legacy. So I've been trying for the last few years to play a legacy game, but this poor save file has been so plagued by glitches that I my Gen 2, not my patriarch, but like the first generation born in the game, is like we're still on that generation. That our first heir just like recently became a young adult. They are going to college, but they're living at home because they are the heir. And this is sort of the storyline that I wanted for them. It's a struggling young family. They did not have the money at the time to send him away to college. So he needed to do college classes while living at home and helping the family out. And that's kind of where we're at right now. The matriarch and her husband just recently got divorced. We just, on my last speed build, was an apartment for the ex. And now the second son, the middle child, is going to be going off to college. I don't know if I should build him a home that he can move into after he's done with college, or if I should just kind of let the game take care of it. I'm kind of on the side of letting the game handle it once we move him off to college. The game can kind of take control, and whatever happens with him happens because our focus is on the matriarch right now and our first heir, so generation 2. And we're playing only from their perspective. So yeah, I don't know if I should bother with making him a house that we can eventually move him into. I guess if that's something that people want to see, we can kind of keep an eye on Alexander. That is the sim that is going to be moving into this dorm. That is his name. We can kind of keep an eye on him. And when he finishes university, we can go back in and move him into his home. But honestly, once that happens, the game will take over anyways because I will no longer play him. He will become a townie at that point regardless. So that's why I kind of lean towards not building him a home. Also, my plan is to get to generation 27's birth. That's a lot. And I know we have a lot of worlds and a lot of neighborhoods within those worlds that we can build and decorate and move our Sims into. But you gotta imagine some generations are gonna have multiple children. Not all of them are gonna go to college. In fact, a lot of them probably won't. Actually, I kind of feel like there might be a 50-50 split. That's kind of how I lean, is kind of every other child that I play ends up going to college, and then I get tired of it for a minute, and the next child goes just out into the world and starts out into the world. The unfortunate thing about the Sims games has always been that they can get any job they want regardless of whether they go to college or not. And some of that is because the games are not built on top of each other as one cohesive game that is just getting content added onto it. They are, each expansion pack is kind of like its own separate game. And so your Sims have to be able to get jobs without going to college, which doesn't make any sense to me because the people who don't buy the college expansion pack, their game will continue to work as any sim can get any job at any time, period. But those who own the expansion pack, and I guess the problem is not base game versus university, the problem is university versus all of the other expansion packs. And that's maybe where the technical difficulties get in, because then you have to check to see if the person owns university. And if they do, you have to set certain jobs can only be gotten through university degrees. And you have to add university degrees for every future job that's added to the game. So maybe that is too much. I don't really know how that works. I know there are games like Minecraft where everything is just added in. It is one singular cohesive game and everything is just added into the game straight up. Then you have games like The Sims, and it's been this way the whole franchise. It's not a Sims 4 exclusive. It has more or less basically been this way the whole time. The only one that maybe did it slightly better than any of the others was The Sims 3, and that's only because The Sims 3 was open world. That's it. That's the only thing that maybe made it better. Whereas the original Sims, actually, you know what? I take that back. It's been a long time since I played the other games. They did actually kind of do it better. Because you couldn't travel between worlds, so everything had to be added on top of each other. But they still handled things like university degrees and stuff as if they were a self-contained game. They didn't incorporate that going forward. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe it's just more noticeable in The Sims 4 because we can travel between quote-unquote worlds. And it always felt weird to call them worlds in The Sims 4 because they are towns. They were worlds in The Sims 3, The Sims 2, because you had different types of worlds you could play in and you could not travel between them, at least not easily. Anyways, I went on a long tangent that doesn't even matter. Basically, yeah, I tend not to have a lot of my Sims go to university because it feels unnecessary most of the time. So it's like a 50-50 split. So back to the dorm. At first I was just going to decorate his dorm room and leave the rest as it was, but I realized that these dorms kind of suck. They're not good. They're pretty bad, actually. The bathrooms were not the greatest. The kitchen, there was no kitchen. Like, just everything was kind of not great. It almost felt half done, and a lot of furniture was just slapped in there. Now, I figured this is a fairly upscale university, and so the dorm would most likely have a lot of amenities. The only thing I couldn't figure out how to fit in here was gym equipment, and maybe someday in the future we'll come back and we'll add that somewhere as well. But for now, I included 2 separate full kitchens so that multiple Sims could cook and do things at the same time. I kept the sort of gathering entertainment room as it was. You'll see in a minute, I just update, upgrade, decorate some more stuff better. And then I just kind of added more furniture to the study room that I previously deleted the one and only table that was in that whole room. As for the other bedrooms themselves, I didn't touch those because, like, what does it matter? It's NPC Sims, or not NPC, but like towny Sims, and you're not playing with them anyways. We're just moving Alexander in here, and so we decorated his dorm room. Possibly in the future, when we have another Sim that comes here, we will decorate another room up. But otherwise, they're just kind of like basic rooms for the Sims to move into and use. I really wish that I could have fit a small gym area in here. It's the one amenity. And you'll see I also add a laundry space in the bathroom because that bathroom is massive. It's huge. I mean, we could possibly even cut that bathroom in half, and half of it could be a small workout room. And who knows, maybe that's what it will evolve into down the road. I don't know. Maybe we'll play here with a future generation and see just how much toilet and shower space they actually need. And if they really don't need that much after all, like 2 toilets and 2 showers and they're good, we can turn half of the bathroom into a little gym space. And then this will be a like fully functional dorm space that I think will keep the Sims very, very happy. But for now, I like this evolution of this dorm space for Alexander. He's an artist, or he wants to be an artist anyways, and so gym stuff is not like top priority for him anyways. So I kind of focused more on the social aspect of school, and then amenities like private showers and toilets and kitchens, and then his dorm room. Does that make sense? Because that's like the focus for him. I think he wants to be a painter extraordinaire. So that was like the things that I thought he in particular would use the most. I do think that possibly having 2 full kitchens might also be a little bit much. And I could also reduce that to 1 full kitchen and have the other side of that space just be tables and chairs for the Sims to sit at, if that makes sense. Like a dining space. That's also a possibility for future redecorating and stuff, especially if we actually have a Sim come here and we play through university. I could see how that would be more useful to have actual dining tables and chairs for them to sit at. And maybe even add computers to the study room. Like have 1 table have computers at it for the Sims to use, and 1 table be empty for the Sims to like do their homework and study and stuff. That's also a possibility for the future. But again, right now we're just taking the sibling of our heir and we're moving him over here and giving over control of him to the game because he is no longer our problem. He is no longer our responsibility. We are focusing on the matriarch and the heir, and the other Sims are going to go off on their own into the world. So I did a more basic, I guess, functioning dorm redecoration for Alexander. They do have a younger sister, Adeline. I don't really know what direction I'm gonna have her go in just yet, but I'm thinking of having her just go off into the world and start her life and not go to university. So I may be doing another apartment build in the future for her. But I think at least for a while we're not going to focus on university related stuff. I kind of am leaning towards Adeline being wanting to be like a self-taught kind of work from the ground up chef or something of that nature. And so I'm thinking like farm to table stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, we're done with the speed build. Okay. I recorded the entire walkthrough without my microphone on, so let's try this again. This is Alexander's dorm space. I have all decorated for like an artist type. He's got some sketches up here. He's got a desk for sketching and doing homework. He's got some toiletries over here, but this is like the main focus. This is his easel and some paint stuff here for painting. I've never gone away to college. I've only seen like dorm rooms and stuff on TV. I did do some college, but it was like local community college, and I stayed at home. But everything I see on TV says they get paired up with like their complete opposite. So, and I don't know, maybe that's a TV trope, but I decided to play it up and put a sports exercise space over here for a very sports loving sim. And honestly, I feel like that doesn't have to be opposite, but you know, it just it is, I guess. I left this space as a group study workspace here. Here's the enormous bathroom, which, like I said, could be cut down right here. And we could make two of these showers, which, how did that happen? That's weird. But we could get rid of all of this stuff and turn it into a very small gym area and just have two showers and two toilets. But I would have to play in this dorm to see how much shower and toilet space they actually need, you know, before I decide to cut the bathroom basically in half. Oh, and I did include some laundry facilities here for them as well. Then we have the like media game gathering room, which I didn't really do too much other than to add some nicer decorations to it. Replace the old boombox with a Bluetooth speaker, and that was really about it, honestly. The kitchen looks a little different than in the speed build. So it turns out, and I wasn't even paying attention to this before, but stoves are forbidden, which I did not know until I brought this up and I was doing the original walkthrough, which had no audio. And I noticed up here there was a red icon and it's like stoves are forbidden. So I had to get rid of the two stoves. I put in two microwaves, a coffee maker, and a slow cooker because none of those are forbidden. But like I said before, in the future, we could also make this a dining space instead. Put two microwaves here on this side not have the slow cooker at all, just the coffee maker. And it might make more sense, but again, I'd really have to play in here to know. And Alexander is not a cook. He doesn't care. He's probably gonna get all of his food at the like Commons building anyways. So we're just mainly focused on his artistic stuff and some spaces for him to socialize. The rest is all up to future us, depending on where our legacy goes. So now that we have the dorm done, we can move Alexander out of our legacy household and on his own. And yeah, if you want to see that, check out the next episode of The Long Legacy here on my YouTube channel. And on that note, I think I'm gonna leave this one here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.